Govinda. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain. I'm all ordinary raptures. I know none but Krishna, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord. Param Vijayate Krishna, Sri Krishna Sankirtana Ki. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare. Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivanadhare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivanadhare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivanadhare. Gopi Jana Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachare. Jamuna Tira Vanachare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivanadhare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivanadhare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivanadhare. Gopi Jana Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Yasodanandana Prajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachare. Jamuna Tira Vanachare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna is God, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Go pray. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go pray. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar Radhe. Jaya Radha Govardhana, Radha Govardhana Radhe. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Prabhupada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Astotatasatta Sri Srimad. His Divine Grace ISKCON's founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goals from Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Gaur Premananda Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the Simple Devotees, all glories to the Simple Devotees, all glories to the Simple Devotees, all glories to Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And today we're going to have Radha doing the Sanskrit.
Bhagavatam, text 3, verse 15. No, what is it?
It's chapter 3, chapter 15, text 48.
Natyantikam viganayanti apite prasadam.
Natyantikam viganayanti apite prasadam.
Kimvanyada pitavyam bhuva unayaste.
Kimvanyada pitavyam bhuva unayaste.
Yengat vad angri sarana bhavata kataya.
Yengat vad angri sarana bhavata kataya.
Caitanya tirtha yasasa kulasara sadhya.
Caitanya tirtha yasasa kulasara sadhya.
Natyantikam viganayanti apite prasadam.
Natyantikam viganayanti apite prasadam.
Kimvanyat apitavayam bhuva unayaste.
Kimvanyat apitavayam bhuva unayaste.
Yengat vad angri sarana bhavata kataya.
Yengat vad angri sarana bhavata kataya.
Caitanya tirtha yasasa kulasara sadhya.
Caitanya tirtha yasasa kulasara sadhya.
Translation. Persons who are very expert and most intelligent in understanding things as they are engaged in hearing the narrations of auspicious activities and pastimes of the Lord, which are worth chanting and worth hearing. Such persons do not care even for material happiness benedictions, namely liberation, to say nothing of other important benedictions like material happiness of the heavenly kingdom. Report. The transcendental bliss enjoyed by the devotees of the Lord is completely different from the material happiness enjoyed by less intelligent persons. The less intelligent persons in the material world are engaged in 4 principles of benedictions called Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Generally they prefer to take religious life to achieve some material benediction, the purpose of which is to satisfy the senses. When by that process they become confused and frustrated in fulfilling the maximum amount of sense enjoyment, they try to become one with the Supreme, which is, according to their conception, mukti, or liberation. There are 5 kinds of liberation, the least important of which is called sayuja, to become one with the Supreme. Devotees don't care for such liberation because they are actually intelligent, nor are they inclined to accept any of the other four kinds of liberation, namely to live on the same planet of the Lord, to live with Him side by side as an associate, to have the same opulence, and to obtain the same bodily features. They are concerned only with glorifying the Supreme Lord and His auspicious activities. Pure devotional service, Shravanam Kirtana, pure devotees who take transcendental pleasure in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, do not care for any kinds of liberation. Even if they are offered the 5 liberations, they refuse to accept them, as stated in the Bhagavatam in the 3rd canto. Materialistic persons aspire for sense enjoyment in the heavenly planets, pleasure in the heavenly kingdom, but devotees reject such material pleasure at once. The devotee does not even care for the post of Indra, A devotee knows that any pleasurable material position is subject to annihilation at a certain point. Even if one reaches the post of Indra, Chandra, and other demigods, he must be dissolved at a certain stage. The devotee is never interested in such temporary pleasures. From the Vedic scriptures, it is understood that sometimes Krishna just turns off the sound. Because that's the independent will of the Supreme Lord. Doesn't matter what we try to do, Krishna has his plan. Sometimes even Brahma and Indra fall down, but a devotee in the transcendental abode of the Lord never falls. The transcendental stage of life in which one feels transcendental pleasure in hearing the Lord's pastimes is also recommended by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. When Lord Chaitanya was talking to Ramananda Roy, there was a variety of suggestions offered by Ramananda Roy regarding spiritual realization, but Lord Chaitanya rejected all but one, that one should hear the glories of the Lord in the association of pure devotees. That is acceptable for everyone, especially in the age. One should engage himself in hearing from pure devotees about the activities of the Lord. That is considered the supreme benediction for humanity. We were born in the darkest of ignorance. Here's the boss. We need the boss. Ajita. Do we even need this speaker? Krishna. Nectar.
Keep this as backup.
Here. Krishna. So what? So we were born in the darkest of ignorance, and our spiritual master's trying his best to open our eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. We offer our respectful obeisances under the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. So in reading this wonderful purport, a few interesting points stand out. And where are we now? On this page. One of them is transcendental bliss, enjoyed by the devotees, and the other one is the discussion of Ramananda Roy. So here we know in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was inquiring from Ramananda Roy, what is the perfection? What is the ultimate thing to do and hear about? So Ramananda Roy goes through various activities, Varnashram, Dham, Ashram, so on and so forth, and Lord Chaitanya goes deeper. There must be more than that. It sounds pretty boring if that's the ultimate goal of life, Varnashram, Dham, even though it's needed. So they went deeper and deeper and deeper. So the ultimate conclusion was, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying here, Lord Chaitanya rejected all but one. That one should hear the glories of the Lord in the association of pure devotees. That is the ultimate. So Ramananda Roy, he got to a stage of glorifying the Supreme Lord, and the last glorification, Ramananda Roy talked about the topmost, the Rasa Dance, and Ramananda was explaining in the Rasa Dance that actually in the Rasa Dance Krishna would embrace the gopis, and actually Ramananda Roy was pointing out that Krishna doesn't even do that in the spiritual world. He would put his hand around the neck of the gopis, and Ramananda Roy says, not even in the spiritual world, not even in the heavenly planets, and what to think of this mundane world. So that was the last verse, and we can relate to that actually. We can relate to the pleasure of embracing. We were talking with Indaduna Maharaj on his Vyasa Puja, and I was pointing out that higher than Mathura is Vrindavan, and it goes through the whole in the nectar of instruction how you go deeper and deeper into Vrindavan. So I was explaining to him that embraces are higher. I says, but that's after you bathe in Radha-kun, roll in the dust, go back and Govardhan, yell out Radhi Radhi, so on and so forth. But the real nectar is actually to get that embrace. And I think that's the same thing also when we go back to the spiritual world. We're embraced by Krishna. Just like we're having this wonderful kirtan, Shravanam Kirtanam festival, and you can see when devotees meet, what do? They embrace, and they don't want to let go. But I think there's a certain amount of time that you have to let go, because it goes from an embrace to Haribol, Haribol. So you've got to put a time limit on the embrace and who you're embracing. But as soon as you see someone that you haven't seen for a long period, you just want to hold them. And then you feel this is the perfection. You know, I haven't seen this person for 24 hours or weeks or months. I haven't seen my wife since last night and my husband since this morning. I just want to give them a big embrace. What do you think? Sound good? Haven't seen my daughter. I just want to embrace them. So this is the perfection, and just like Krishna likes to embrace, so we like to embrace. So I was meditating, because as you know, we're not traveling. We're limited in our travel, and one of the places we like to go to is Vrindavan. Some people like Mayapur better than Vrindavan. Some people like Jagannath Puri. There's different flavors, there's different tastes. So due to the mercy of Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he revealed much of the Dham, and we had a lot of time in Vrindavan together, and we were going deeper into Govardhan, the dust of the Dhams, the kunds of the Dhams. But ultimately, he says we have to go deeper into Nam, to chanting the holy names of the Lord. Nama Shantamani Krishna, Caitanya Rasa Vigraha. So there's nothing like when you go to Vrindavan, embracing those devotees you haven't seen all year, and especially like your godbrothers and sannyasis and gurus, because they're carrying extra mercy. So you get the brace from your friend, you go, oh, that's nice, well, Haribol. You know, then you meet Madhava and you go, Haribol, well, that's nice, that's a bit nicer. And then you meet Indradyumna Maharaj, you go, whoa, that's nectar. And then you meet people, go, oh, that's nectar. And then you meet Shiva Maharaj, oh, that's nectar. And you just want to go around hugging. And also Radharani, she would see the Kadamba tree. And the Kadamba tree was blackish. You have Kadamba trees here. And when Radharani see the Kadamba tree, she'd run and embrace the Kadamba. Actually, she prayed, let me die embracing the Kadamba tree, because the Kadamba tree is sham. It's blackish, bluish colour. So this is the bliss. You know, we want bliss, we want nectar. You know, we chant, but some people are on the side, some people are outside, some people are still sleeping. But if you're right in the middle, like Garuda was leading this morning, going into ecstasy and more ecstasy and more ecstasy. So you've got to jump in. You know, don't hold yourself back. You know, the name Krishna is the ultimate. And as we're hearing here, the ultimate is to be in association. So then Lord Caitanya says, well, if that's the best, what's the worst? Do you know what Ramananda Roy said? To not have the association to devotees just for a moment. I know we can't handle each other, but actually people like us. Do you know that? We like each other for a couple of months. You know, people come to the Sunday feast, they come to the temple. Oh, would you like some prasadam, Mataji, Prabhu? Would you like this? How are you? 6 months later, Haribol. So we have a tendency to not like each other. But actually people really like us. You know, non-devotees really like us. They like the Hare Krishnas. So we discuss that often, because in Auckland we have the farm and then we have the loft. So leaders come to me and I go, this is the problem you have to deal with. I'm not interested in it. I'm too old. I'm finished. I'm at the end of my life. But your generation should learn that actually at the beginning of someone comes, you love them, and you love them all the way through to the end. Not that this sort of like goodbye, hello, and the whole thing. So I says, you work on that. I'm finished. I'm out of here. I'm 70 years old, so I'm basically dead. So this is what we're leaving to you. We've built temples and we've opened restaurants and we've done Sankirtan and book distribution, but we have to leave something behind. It's just like also Prabhupada says that. He said, Lord Caitanya, he liberated everybody, but then the universe filled up again. And Prabhupada says, this is for you. I mean, we've got to do something, isn't it? We've got to do something for the pleasure of the Lord, because the Lord has given so much. What has the Lord given? 8,400,000 species of life. So once we were flying in the sky. You look at those birds and you go, oh, that's so nice. We were that bird. Once we were that cow. We were the horse, the donkey. And the other day a mouse came into the house. You know, we were the mouse. Get out, get out. You know, we were the whale. The other day, a man was swimming. You might have read it, and the whale swallowed him. Yeah, no, we didn't swallow him. I'm just adding that part. Sounds even more interesting. You know how you add things that goes, oh, that's pretty boring. So if that happens to everybody. So anyhow, he's swimming, and the big whale comes and puts him in his mouth. So it's all black, and he's going, not the All Blacks and the Wallabies, it's all dark, you know. So he's going, oh, I'm in the mouth of a shark, but then he couldn't see any teeth. And he's going, oh my God, I'm in the mouth of a whale. And then the whale came up, and you know, the whale wants to get, who wants to eat a man? He wants fish and plankton and nice stuff. Who wants to eat it? So he shakes his head and opens his mouth, the guy flies out. You pay big bucks for that, don't you? You know, here when you're Kiwis, you go to the Gold Coast and you want to go on the roller coaster, the under coaster, the over coaster, swim with the fish. You know, so here you swim in this whale, you're in the whale's mouth. If it was me, I'd go, wait, I've got to get my iPhone, I want to go live. This will get 100,000 hits. Here I am, woo! So he flings them out, and there's a picture of the guys in the hospital, and he had no damage at all. How did I get onto that?
We've been a mouse, we've been
Yeah, so these are gifts. You know, when you love somebody, you give them something. So Krishna's all fulfilling, he's all merciful. And we're like his children, and we want things. And Krishna goes, no, actually Prabhupada was saying that when we're in the spiritual world, Krishna told us 3 times, don't go. And you know, look at us, Kiwis and Aussies, we're so damn stubborn, aren't we? Even you Indians. So Krishna goes, look, you know, I want to go. You go, don't. And then we go, no, I want to go. You know, and Krishna goes, no. And he goes, no, I'm not going to fall down. I'm Sat Chidananda. I'm full of eternity, bliss and knowledge. It's only immaterial energy. That's not going to bewilder me. Gee, you know, we're minute spirit soul, and we're telling Krishna we're not going to become bewildered. And as we know, the wonderful story of Lord Shiva, when Mohini Murti was there, and then Lord Shiva heard about this beautiful form of Krishna in the form of a woman of Mohini Murti. So he heard about it, but he didn't see anything, and he went to Krishna, hey Krishna, buddy, because they're buddies. I want to see Mohini Murti. Krishna says, no, you don't. And Lord Shiva says, oh, I'm chanting 24/7. I'm married to the material energy, you know, and how can I fall down with Mohini Murti? What's the problem, Krishna? I don't care what you present. You do not want to see Mohini Murti. And Lord Shiva says, I do. See, once, twice, 3 strikes, you're out. I think Ajita has the same policy here. 1 strike, 2 strike, you're out, mate. The gate's not coming up. And the law has the same. The law, the Kami law, they give you 3 strikes. Like, we can't kick anyone out of the temple in New Zealand until we've written to them 3 times. They have to show the letter. Then they're out. I've had many of those letters, but I won't leave. I've had more letters than the people I've told to go. But anyhow, even the Kamis, they have 3 strikes and you're out. So anyhow, Krishna said, well, okay, Shiva, we're buddies, and I'll help you out a bit. So he appeared as Mohini Murti, and then Lord Shiva became bewildered. We know it's such a beautiful story. And he chased Mohini Murti and so on and so forth. And his wife was standing right there. His wife was there, and I mean, she's gorgeous, not as gorgeous as Radha. But anyhow, she's beautiful, and he became attracted to this Krishna manifesting in Mohini Murti. So we're in the spiritual world telling Krishna, don't worry about it, mate, we'll be all right. And we come down here, and we get a human form or a demigod form, and we go, well, that's not enough. And Krishna, well, what do you want? He goes, geez, I just want to sleep. Well, there's a species called the bear. They sleep for 6 months, they roam around, do a bit of eating, sleeping, mating, defending. He goes, would you like that? And you go, yeah, that sounds pretty far out. He goes, here you go. And you get a bear bond, and you go, God, I'm always a hassle by the what are those things that fly, the eagles? I want to become an eagle. And Krishna goes, do you really? And he goes, yeah. I go, there come an eagle. So you're in an eagle, and you go, oh, this is bloody torrent, I want to be a fish. And Krishna goes, really? You go, yeah, be a fish. And then you're a little fish, and the damn shark comes along. I want to be a shark. Yeah, be a shark. And then one of those orcas come along, and they attack you. I want to be an orca. So Krishna goes, So we're like little children, I want. So Srila Prabhupada points out, look, I mean, Krishna's given us so much. Why not this one life, give it to Krishna? One life. What's one life? But we're so caught up in this life, we're thinking, yeah, maybe when I'm 75, 80, I'll give a couple of years, I'll get into pure Nam, I'll be real, Krishna, I'm real serious now. So Krishna is so sweet, and Krishna is so blissful. So this is the perfection, You might be thinking there's something else, this is more perfection, but Ramananda Roy says this is the perfection, that we're actually the association of devotees, and there's nothing more dearer. So in his mood, he's thinking the worst thing is not to have a moment of that association. So we're so blessed that devotees can arrange these festivals. It's not easy to arrange festivals having to deal with devotees. Actually, devotees are the worst people to deal with because they all think they know better. And especially those ones that are initiated that have been around for years, they're the worst. People like me are the worst. Oh, I don't want that. What's really? This is a horrible festival. There's not enough ice cream. But I mean, at the moment, people are cooking in the kitchen, isn't it? And people are dressing the deities beautifully, and people are arranging, and so much kirtan, so much nam is going on. So this is the perfection. This is what we die for. I mean, Rupa Goswami, he prayed, let me have thousands of tongues and thousands of ears so I can just hear and chant Nam Sankirtan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. So, Lord Caitanya, as we hear from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as the rising sun, this depicts it very nicely. As the rising sun appears in the east, the jewel of the twice-born, Lord Gaurasundara awakens, and taking his devotees with him, he goes through the countrysides, the towns and the villages, and plays the mridangas, and the cymbals chime in time. Lord Gauranga's shimmering golden features dance and his footbells jingle, and all the devotees chant Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava and Hari, their mouths being full of the vibration. They announce to the still sleeping people, you spend your nights uselessly sleeping and your days decorating your body. You've achieved such a rare human form, and you remain idle and not serve the darling of Yasoda, and slowly fall through your last moments to death. With every rising and setting of the sun, a day passes. Why do you remain idle and not serve the Lord of the harp, to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and bless everybody's heart? The holy name has arisen like the shining sun. Drink the pure nectar of the holy name. There's nothing but the name to be had within the 14 worlds. It has filled the soul of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Drink the nectar. We've got to learn to drink the nectar. When I was a bhakta, Auckland devotees know this, but Yasomati Nanda was our temple president. So Balaram's appearance day was the only day of the year. When we joined, he said, you can't take intoxication except for one day. On that day you can get stone drunk, you know. So he would range, he had these big cups. I don't know if they were called the biggest cup in town. It was like a draft. So usually you have a little Varuni, you know. And the Varuni was milk powder, evaporated milk, saffron, what's that other, condensed milk, and then honey. Stir it up. So anyhow, Yaso thought, you know, these boys really need a good six-pack. So he got us all to fill up the big cups, and we, you know, sculled them. Go. And it was this big. So Yaso never stops at that point. He thinks, well, you think that's the end? Fill them up. Fill them up. I mean, you know, just drinking honey, like sometimes at night when I can't sleep, I'll get up and drink a can of condensed milk. But honey's even sweeter than condensed milk. You know, I'm having to stop now at my old age. I only have half a container. And then I go back to sleep again. So then one drink, and he says, have another one. And he goes, boy, these Kiwis, mate, have another one. And we went to sleep. We got so intoxicated with this Varuni, and the feast was there. They brought the feast out, and we actually went to sleep. It was a huge temple in that day, so it was about 4 of us, you know, temple room the size of the Bhagavatam, we're all there. You know, 2 people would turn up at the Sunday feast, it was packed. That's why you hear in the old days the room was packed. you know, we had to, you know, spread out in the hallway. 3 people came. We cooked up this huge feast. So we actually, like, he got us so intoxicated, we sort of like went to sleep, and we wake up about 20 minutes later. There was the whole feast there. We couldn't eat it. We were so, you know, full with this nectar, with this, you know, this Balaram nectar. See, even Balaram, you know, he can't tell us not to take intoxication. You know, he drinks honey and gets intoxicated, performs all types of activities. Of course, our intoxication is liberating. When we become intoxicated, we become absorbed in the pastimes of Krishna. I tell the devotees when they drink Varuni that they can't drive. They have to get an Uber. So we're at the temple, and everyone comes up and they go, I had 5 cups. Oh, I had 6 cups. I had 10 cups. And I go, I didn't get any. And I go, don't drive. Or make sure you got someone to drive you home, because many police people are out there and you'll get busted. Can you, what do they do? Count to 10? 1, 2, 3. Sorry, sir, can you get out and walk in a straight line? Have you been to the pub? No, Hare Krishna's. Was Balaram's appearance dance the only day of the year we can get intoxicated? Oh, off you go. So Lord Bhaktivinoda's pointing out that Lord Chaitanya's, he's drinking the nectar. He's drinking the nectar of Nama Shantamani Krishna Caitanya Rasa Vigraha. The holy name of Krishna is transcendently blissful. It bestows all spiritual benediction, for it is Krishna himself, the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna's name is complete. It is the form of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we're always anxious. So this Nam Sankirtan, this word Krishna, Nama Shantamani, name Shantamani, the holy name of Krishna is transcendently blissful. It bestows all spiritual benediction. So this is a meditation when we're chanting Krishna. It's transcendently blissful. It bestows all spiritual benediction. So this is the word Krishna. So we can dive deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like we have this program where we walk around Fiji. There's about 7 of us. And we just hop on the street and we start walking. We don't have any destination. We don't plan where we're going to stop, where we're going to start, where we're going to eat. We don't plan anything at all. So we basically just start walking. And we come to a village, a Fijian village, not with Indians in it, Fijians. Fijians, and we knock on the door. And we say, can we stay? And they take you to the village chief, and he has to be authorized by the chief. Like here you have to go to Ajita, Chief Ajita. You should call him Chief Ajita. So you have to go and see the chief, and you're introduced, and the chief, he looks at you and says if you're a good specimen for eating, for staying in the guest house. And he goes, yeah, you can stay in the guest house, but of course they're so hospitable, they want you to stay in the house. Now, the Fijian people have the same culture, basically, as the Indians. When they walk past you, they put their hand down, and when they eat, they have their Sarira prayers, they have rotis for breakfast, and so on and so forth. So we have this program, we do it every year, apart from this year because it's in lockdown. And they say Sariwa, we see Sariwa, then they come and they pray for us. All the village comes, and they do this prayer. And the main prayer is, Dear Jesus, help them to get to the next destination. So after they've prayed, we pray. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And we go, oh Lord, oh energy of the Lord, please engage me in your devotional service. So the people that we stay in, they become my friends on Facebook. So when I'm walking around Govardhan or bathing in Radhakund, they tick, beautiful, where's that beautiful place? So now they've become, wherever I go, they're following me. These are like, the village people. And so anyhow, the point I want to say is, one of these boys, you won't be listening to this, it's called Nandaki. And super fabulous guy. He loves swimming. So we're walking along, and he sees a bit of water, and immediately he's in the water with his goggles on and his snorkels, looking for a fish. And so we're walking along, we turn around, Nandi, and we all have to go back and jump in and swim with him. So at the beginning he's on the top, but then he dives deeper, and we all dive deeper. And what happens when you dive deeper? There's all beautiful fish. And then when you dive deeper, there's fish and there's coral, and there was a octopus down there, and so if you're on the top, you don't see anything. You feel the water. Well, this is nice. This is nice. like Kirtan says, make sure you bring your shorts. I'm freezing. And make sure we'll go for a swim. Like, are you for real? It's warmer than Auckland at the moment. But I know you're all telling me it's a cold thing coming through, and Aussies never like this. You brought the weather, Carla. The same old lines that we put to you when you come to New Zealand. So we all jump in and we're swimming around, but you dive deeper and it gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. So that's the same with this Nama Shantamani. That's the same name as the holy name. We've got to learn to drink it like go, 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 go. When you're in the desert, and someone gives you some water, it's like so relishable. So this is the desert of material existence. I'm not going too long, am I? This is the desert of material existence. I mean, we're in the desert, and the desert's full of like like over in Australia, like scorpions and snakes and gores and hot and so on and so forth. But there's a mirage in the desert. So you go chasing the mirage. Oh, there's some water, there's some shelter. And we all know like what mirages are like. You get there and the damn thing's gone. What is it with these mirages? Why don't they just stay in one place? It's like, we have rainbows on the farm, and I get the camera, and it looks like it's right outside my door, and I go, I've gotcha. Because they say there's a pot of gold, and I love gold. Even though I'm a Hare Krishna, I'm off, mate, you got gold, forget the japper, I'm out of here. But the damn things just keep on moving away from you, Stand still, will you? So you chase the mirage, but the problem is, you go deeper. Because and you're going deeper and deeper and deeper into the material energy, into the illusionary energy, and then you might find someone comes with some water, So what's happened is a very mystical thing has happened, that an elderly gentleman, short in stature, has brought the name, and that's Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was in Vrindavan and he brought the name. When I came here, I've got a 20 kg bag. What the hell do I want to kill? I'm only here for 7 days. I've got a visa with 40,000 credit. I've got a bank card. I've got the whole thing. I've got, a spare 1 square meals that I live on. I've got cough mixture. I've got this and I've got that. So when I go, I'm fully equipped. Srila Prabhupada had 40 rupees? But he was carrying the greatest gift. He was carrying the holy name of the Lord. He was carrying Vrindavan. So it's an incredible mystic transformation which has happened, because if you look at Sanskrit, it looks like scribble, doesn't it? I can't even read the rest of it. So if someone says, can you read the script? Give us a break, will you? But there's so much beauty in that Sanskrit. There's so much beauty in the translation and the word for word. And there's more, see, it increases. The bliss, the nectar increases. You go, wow, that's far out. The translation's far out. The purport's far out. It just goes deeper and deeper. So Srila Prabhupada was carrying the Sanskrit, and then it manifests. In the same way, you go to the doctor. You've all been to the doctor. Who hasn't been to the doctor? So what do? They scribble. It costs you about $40 for a bit of scribble. So they scribble on a bit of paper, and you look and you go, I'm not paying for that. I want the proper English, mate. That could be anything. And he says, take it next door. And I said, why? He says, because that guy knows how to read it. So you take it next door and you go, geez, I hope he knows he gets the reading right. He might give me the wrong medicine. So anyhow, the guy gets it, and it's all weird because the stuff's right in front of them, but they go out of the shop and they come back and they do this and they do that, and they go, here you go. I'm going, it was right there on the damn shelf. But it's all part of the chemist drama, So he takes, because he couldn't become a doctor. There's no chemist here. I'm sorry if you're a chemist. You'll have to excuse me because I'm a really damn offender, I know you're not allowed to offend people, but I'm the worst. So the chemist, but I'm the big, and not only that, he's elevated. Have you noticed that? What the hell's he elevated for? Is he some kind of an acharya? The doctor's down here. You go to the chemist, he's up there. I'm going, what the hell are you doing up there? And then he has this big counter and his little head's over there, and he's real busy, and the nurses are busy, and the little thing comes out. Before meals 3 times a day, mate, with a glass of water. Jesus, mate. Really? Is there actually anything in it? Actually, I've got a really good doctor. He's a good doctor, so he goes, and I have to see him because in New Zealand you have to go and get a warrant of fitness after you're 65. So every year you go in for your warrant and they stamp, you've got your warrant, mate, you're all right, mate. So one day he says, are you mental about sickness? And I went, oh, not really. He says, don't take the medicine. Actually, when I got bit, I was telling this story last night, when I was in Vrindavan, I got bit by a monkey. And huge monkey. Huge! Teeth like this long. It was the biggest monkey that ever was in Vrindavan. No one had seen a monkey like that. I didn't even see it, because it bit me from the back. But it must have been that big. There's no way I'm going to say a little monkey bit me. So the monkey, he bites me and blood's pouring out of the leg and it's dripping all over the place and falling in the kund and the kund's turning red and, you know, people think it's an eclipse, it's inauspicious. I'm screaming, the blood's getting sucked out of me, you know, and the monkey's jumping out of me. So, it sounds good, doesn't it? But I did get bit by the monkey, and he only ripped out a bit of my body. So I go back to the guy, and he goes, oh, you better go to the doctor and get what's those injections?
Rabies?
Yeah, rabies. I was going, far out, I come to Vrindavan, I'm leaving with rabies. I come to get prem and dust and, you know, water. I'm going back to New Zealand with rabies. So he's sitting down, he goes, he's having me on, you know, it's at our hospital, he's having me on, he goes, and what was he like, this monkey? I go, I'm bloody dying here, I had a rabies. And we have to get into a whole pastime. He goes, he appeared to be a normal monkey. Why is there different types of monkeys? Is this like, am I in court or something? Do I have to prove to you it was a monkey? It might have been an elephant. Could have been a crocodile. It could have been a shark or a tiger or a leopard. So I was thinking, don't you believe me? No, I believe you. I just want to know, was it drooling at the mouth? Was it rolling on the ground? Was it freaking out? He goes, there's no monkeys with any disease and brudge. But he said, so do you want me to give you the stuff or not? And I go, well, since there's no disease from these monkeys, why take it? He goes, yeah, but you're mental. You're a Kiwi. Kiwis are real mental. Yeah, so when there's our TP, you know, came up with 4 gunas. So there's Kiwi guna. So you think you're mental. I'm more mental than you. There's no more mental people than a Kiwi. So anyhow, he goes, because you're mental, because you're Westerner, he says the local people don't get these injections. So he pulled out all the injections and he said, I'll give you one now, and the next one's 7 days and 14 days. And I was thinking, 14 days, I'm going to be in customs, and there's no way I'm going to tell them that I've got whatever it is. Because they're going to send me an island, put me in cages, and lock me up and drip feed me. So I had 2 shots and threw the other one out. Imagine going through customs. I got these needles, you know, my legs like all bandaged up like this. What happened to you? Well, rabies. So anyhow, the point is, from the so-called scribble, you get the Sanskrit, you get the word for word, you get the translation, you get the purport. So from the scribble, you get this pill or a liquid, and it's mystical because you're actually suffering. You've got a sore throat, a sore heart, a sore knee, sore back, a sore head, sore wife, a sore husband. And so you take this pill, but what happens? Who knows what's happening? Who knows if the pill has any effect at all? So you take it, and you have to take the whole course. Antibiotics, you have to take the whole course. But what happens? The disease starts to go away. You don't know what you're taking. You don't know what is written down, but you have faith. You have faith And why do you have faith? Because someone's told you, this person will fix you. You just have to pay them. But you'll come out of there with some liquid or some pill and it'll fix you. And you take it and you become cured. So that's the same as the holy name. Chaito Darpana Marjanam. We sing it every morning. It cleanses the heart. When Prabhupada was in Melbourne, he gave that talk. He says it's like a mirror. You know, you have a shower and the mirror becomes fog and you get, where am I? I'm lost. And then you wipe. And as you wipe, the first wipe doesn't clear, does it? Unless you've got a new fantangled thing that's got a heater in it or something, or someone comes in before you, you're in the shower and someone's there, your disciple, or cleaning the window, you know, got the banner, got the heater, the blow heater, Guru Maharaj is getting out, you know, and then you wipe it and gradually you see yourself more and more. You go, hey, that's me. So this Chaito Darpana Marjanam, it's mystical. And you can see the mysticism of it because Prabhupada was carrying the seed within his heart. But now there's everywhere this Vrindavan. Here's Vrindavan and Mayapur, like we were saying before. Here's Lord Caitanya. What did Lord Caitanya do? He went through the towns and the countrysides, plays the mridangas, cymbals chime, Lord Gauranga's body shimmers and his footbells jingle. So this name Krishna is the ultimate medicine. But be prepared. Because it's like, I know you don't use Roundup or sprays because you're right against it. So am I. But I use them. And because we have a farm and I haven't got a lot of woofers or a lot of devotees. So I spray. So what happens when you spray land? The first thing that comes up is a poisonous weed. It's sort of like a bluish colour with little black things on it. The second time you spray, chickweed comes up and all the birds come and eat it. So it's like chanting. When we start chanting, you think, geez, I'm lusty. Where the hell did that come from? I didn't even know what lust was. Imagine going on the street, chant Hare Krishna and be, you're just a lusty person. Lusty, angry, greedy. Take a book. So you notice that actually this Chaito Darpana Marjanam, the wiping, this lust turns up, you know, and then this anger turns up, and this greed turns up, and you go, geez, where's the pleasure in this? Say chant Hare Krishna and be happy. I'm bloody miserable. I want to give it up. I've had enough of this chanting. I'm going back to the pub. But anyhow, because you have a little faith, you keep doing it. And it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. Boy. What do I say? Boy. So what I've done with the kids is a lot of the children, and I've got to stop doing it because I didn't realise how much it was they were picking up. I say, oi, oi! You know, they're at the school, oi! And now they go, and then they go, oi! And I go, oh, that's the worst thing to teach the kids. So then I go, Krishna, isn't it? So what do I do?
Oi, Krishna.
Yeah. So because I told you I'm bogus. You know, at my age I can admit that I'm bogus. You know, at my age there's nothing to hide, is there? I mean, I'm nearly dead. And on Wednesday I'm flying out, you'll never see me again. So I can basically just sit here and say whatever I like. And you go, this guy's a weirdo. So because I wanted the kids to learn how to say Krishna. But I know kids like mischievous things and stuff like that. So I said, when you see something, you go, oi, and you watch. Every time you say oi, people stop. If you're on the street anyway, oi, the whole town turns around. And you go, Krishna. So when I'm on Harinama, people go by and go, oi! And they turn around, Krishna. Because we're learning from Prabhupada and Caitanya Mahaprabhu that this is Namashintamani Krishna. That the word Krishna is non-different from Krishna. And the pinnacle, and the nectar is Lord Caitanya appeared how to be a devotee. And there's this beautiful, beautiful part of the Bhagavatam that I love the most, cleaning of the Gundicha temple. You know the story. So Caitanya Mahaprabhu, this is Radha and Krishna. This is another story. So Radha and Krishna appear 5,000 years ago, and Krishna was like that queen in Alice in Wonderland, off with her head.
Dying.
Oh my God. She's never going to invite me back. Killed the damn mic. I've bewildered everybody. This one doesn't go. So I forgot what I was going to talk about. So you know the queen? Off with her head. Off with it. Every time someone didn't agree with her. So, sorry Krishna. But that reminds me of Krishna when he appeared 5,000 years ago. Because he just says, look, surrender, mate. You're out of here. You're not going to surrender? You're out of here, mate. You know, there was no mucking around with the guy. Off with their head. See a demon? Off with your head, mate. So it wasn't working. Is this all part of the class? Is this what you do to guests? You want to make sure that you really work them over here. I'm getting my money's worth here, mate. Mic goes off, mic comes on, change the mic. Now I can't even know if it's going. So it's just like when things are going wrong, you have to change tack. It's just like when you're boating and you're going down, it's all right. But when you turn around and go, you have to change tack. You have to go like this and like this and like that. So Krishna appeared and he says, just surrender unto me. Most people don't even I don't even know if you can use the word surrender, can you? Isn't that a horrible word? Hey, surrender unto me. What are you? What are you, the Prime Minister or something? So anyhow, they had to get together. They had to do a bit of strategic planning. Radha and Krishna got together and thought, I can't believe this. Look, we came down, we lifted Govardhan, we killed the whirlwind demon, we killed the Aghasura demon, and they still don't believe that I'm Krishna. They're just getting on with their life. How are we going to capture them? So in the Kali Yuga, people like gold. So they come up with this strategic plan. I'm going to come back as gold. Lord Caitanya. I'm going to come back in a golden feature and I'm going to give them Nam and Halava. By using the tongue to chant the holy names of the Lord and take Krishna Prasad, the tongue is purified. Gradually it's purified. Or as long as one is in duality on the central platform, gross and subtle realizations of the Supreme Lord is impossible. But being pleased by devotional service, the Lord reveals himself to his devotee. So he came in gold, Prabhupada came with halava. Who doesn't like halava? Hands up. You have to be some sort of a horrible creature. When I first went to that feast, I was into health food. So the first Sunday feast I went to, I was at this point of just drinking water and eating. No, I gave up eating food completely. I just had juice. So I went to the Sunday feast and I was eating it going, oh, this is really bad for you. You guys, I'm talking to the devotees, you've got to stop eating this. You've cooked out all the goodness, it's full of salt, it's full of sugar. I'm eating it. And then I get the whole of it, this is really bad for you. So much sugar. And then I left and I thought, there's no way I'm joining that movement. They're outrageous. So I was going for the 40-day fast. Bragg, you had the Bragg sauce. So her dad was my original guru, health guru. So he said if you fast for 40 days, you can walk on water. So, but you gradually do it and you have to have distilled water. So I got to the point of giving up eating and I just had juices in the fridge. And then I'd fast 1 day, 1 week, then 2 days the next week, and then 3 days the next week. And then I met the devotees again. Thank God for that. You know, so I was going to get to the point of just drinking distilled water. It couldn't be any water, had to be distilled. You had to buy it at the chemist. Normal rainwater wasn't good enough. So I was on this 40-day journey which would have killed me. So I happened to meet the devotees again, and I inquired, what are you guys all about? And he says, we're into ecstasy and happiness. And I says, I'm happy, I'm stoned out of my tree. Just dropped some LSD, some Coca-Cola, had a few beers. You can't get more better than where I am, mate. He says, but it's temporary. And he pointed to a building, like this building, and I think 5 years later they pulled the building down, and it just hit home that everything was temporary. And he says, we're having a program tonight, a feast, come round. So we come around, they served, and they served halava. I ate so much halava, my belly went, and I was walking home going, oh God, I can hardly move, you know. And I become so addicted to this halava that when I got home, I was still living with my parents then, or my mum and the family. I threw all the water out. I threw all the juices out. I went straight to the cupboard, and there was a big chocolate cake, and I ate the lot. And my brother and my mum said, "What's the matter, Jimmy? What's the matter, Jimmy? What's happening?" I go, "I had some halava. I'm finished." And then I was hooked. And it was Haridasta Kaur's appearance day, so it was about 3 festivals in a row. So I'd skip through the other stuff, bring the halava, mate. And then one night there wasn't halava. I was so depressed. I was going to bloop. And you know what happens when you don't get what you want? You eat everything else. There was the bean sabji, the rice sabji, and I kept on eating it because I couldn't get satisfied, because in my mind I only want halava, you know. And so I went home that night depressed, and I'm leaving, I'm going back to my water. But they told me to come back again, and there was more halava. So that was my addiction. And I'm into gold, so I like gold, and so Lord Caitanya was gold, and I liked halava. I still like halava. If I don't get my cup of halava every Sunday, so if I don't get my halava every Sunday, the devotees can't come near me. They go, "Oh no, he didn't get his halava." And it's the same type of halava. So every Sunday I have the feast, they have to bring me the big container of halava. So I better stop, because I've been told by the GBC he wants some halava. And you've got more important things to do. So this is the perfection. This association is the perfection. Hearing and glorifying the Supreme Lord is perfection. So you're already in a perfect stage. Just learn, pray to the Lord, pray to Gauri Tai and Radha Govardhana Dari and Krishna Balaram, Giriraj, and you've got Tulsi here. Tulsi Devi is Brinda Devi. She organises everything. Step by step, I destroy every sin you've committed. Who else does that? You walk around me, I'll tell you to bugger off. Isn't it? What are you doing? But Tulsi, she goes, keep walking, mate. Step by step, I'll destroy all sinful activities. And don't think Gauri Tai can't see you. Don't think you can just sneak in here. No one can see me. Because they can see us. We have darshan with the deity. The deity is Krishna himself. He's also having darshan with us. He wants to see us. You can't hide from Krishna. So we'll finish there. We could keep going on forever. So just relish the nectar of this Nam Sankirtan. Relish the nectar of association. So much wonderful association. So much nectarian kirtan. So much nectarian prasadam. Just drink the nectar of this festival. Hare Krishna.